First round, Minnesota Fighting Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson was going through the usual football god thing. Well, the rookie's got to earn it in training camp. He's just not going to get handed first team reps. Well, that lasted all of one day. Right, first padded practice on Monday, Justin Jefferson was relegated to working with the second team offense exclusively, and he was just jacking fools all over the place. You can't cover 18. You literally cannot. Tuesday, they're like, all right, enough of this charade. All right, so Jefferson got some run with the ones and immediately made an impact. Caught a nice 30-yard cold-blooded connection from Kirk Cousins. Get used to that. I think you're going to see that quite a bit this season. And this is no surprise. Justin Jefferson is not Laquan Treadwell. He's not all up in his head. And also, he does have to contend with Thielen and Diggs, but love and respect BC Johnson, but he isn't exactly Diggs quite yet, although I think that he certainly will show some value as a wide receiver 2-3. But I mean, the path is there for Justin Jefferson, and obviously he has a lot more talent than Laquan Treadwell, and I think he's going to be revved up, ready to go. I think he's going to get slightly more than one catch, 15 yards his rookie year. We all remember that. It was great. Like, he was going to rise up and be a high-level contributor for the Vikings this season. So, let's don't stand on ceremony, Mr. Wayne. You don't go 111 catches, 1,540 yards, and 18 touchdowns in the big bad SEC West on accident. You aren't doubled and made Clemson's number one priority on defense in the national title game by accident. On a team, you have Jamar Chase and you have Justin Jefferson, and you just watch that game. Like, they were concerned about number two a lot more than they were number one, even though number one kind of kicked their ass. But also Jefferson, even fighting through doubles, still had 9 catches, 106 yards in the natty. No big deal. As well as early returns, walkthroughs were there. I mean, kid had skill, swagger, put in the work, amazing hands, and just has this mature work ethic that he's ready to rock and roll. I mean, Chris Carter 2.0. I mean, Vikings Chris Carter, not Eagles Chris Carter. And I'm just like, of course, it's a little bit hyperbolic, but that's what you do this time of year. You compare guys to legendary Hall of Famers, all-time franchise greats, but that's what he ascends to. Even though early on we're like, yeah, don't worry about him replacing Diggs. Well, okay, worry about him replacing Diggs times 2 now. That's what's going to happen. And also, the fact that Kubiak talked about he's sold on him learning multiple receiver positions as a rookie. I mean, that's going to be great. It's phenomenal. And he primarily worked the slot as a junior at LSU, but played some outside as a sophomore with some marginal success. Now, that was the first year of Joe Brady getting there. He was a part-time starter, as well as that was before Joe Brady got there. Did I say Joe Brady? No, Joe Burrow got there, then Joe Brady, now the offense coordinator of the Panthers. And it is an anomaly for a rookie to come in and learn the whole playbook. And generally, when you're coming in, a receiver is going to be taught one position, maybe two. So, big outside the numbers receiver like Michael Pittman Jr. with the Colts, he's going to learn the X. Guys like Ruggs are going to learn the Z. Just like, hey, just run straight. Do that. Yeah. And guys like Jerry Jeudy in Denver is going to learn the slot, and that's going to be his spot, right? So it does take a special player to be trusted enough by coach who's been around the block a time or two, like Gary Kubiak. It's like, hey, you're going to learn the X, you're going to learn the Z, you're going to learn the slot, you're going to learn everything, right? I mean, hell, even Randy Moss in 98 was limited to essentially one role. He was a one-trick pony. It was a hell of a trick. All right, but Moss wasn't exactly learning all of the various positions as he would later on throughout his career. And also, I do love the iron sharpens iron dynamic between BC Johnson, who had been running with the ones, well, is still running with the ones, but it was Thielen and BC as the initial starters that walkthroughs as well as first padded practice. And BC, he's a competitive kid. He wants to be a wide receiver too as well. I think he could be a great possession receiver on this team in the mold of like a Nate Burleson, in the mold of a Jake Reed. And Jefferson, of course, wants to be wide receiver 2 as well. And their competition is going to make each other better. And after Adam Thielen doesn't retire. He just descends back into the waters of Detroit Lakes. Right. So I think that it is certainly plausible that in a couple years, your top 2 wide receivers are Justin Jefferson and BC Johnson. You got the Jefferson and Johnson, the J and J and J connection. It's going to be great. Then, KJ. JJ, KJ. come on. I mean, there's so much to work with. Brand new 3 deep, going to be working out there. But this year, Thielen is obviously going to be that number 1 alpha dog wide receiver. And the other two, I think, are going to be great big factors in the passing game. So I'm glad that the Vikings have already dispensed with this false narrative of, oh, Herker, Justin Jefferson working with the 2s, just jacking, destroying fools all day long. He hasn't earned his reps with the 1s. I was like, oh, yeah, the number 18 guy, he's hard to cover, even by your best guys, even with your best safeties out there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is not the offseason to F around. Like, getting a jump on the season early is going to set you apart from other teams. So Jefferson is going to be, if not a starter, at least getting starter level reps. So get him in there with the 1s. Have him develop a chemistry with Cousins. Have him learn all the positions, and just let's rock and roll. I mean, let's go. Yes, run first team, but if you have a top 3 wide receiver unit of Thielen, of BC, of Jefferson, let's get it going. Let's stop clown farting around. Let's get this done. All right, but your thoughts, Justin Jefferson running with the 1s. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.